everyone, today I will be answering all your questions, so thank you for sending those in to me. So let's go to the first question. So can you tell a little bit more about yourself? How did you start with photography? How long ago? And did you go to school for it? I grew up in the Dutch countryside, so I fell in love with nature at a very early age. Most of the time I spent my days outside, searching for wildlife and playing outside, and I was searching for tracks of wildlife, of birds mostly. So I was looking for feathers and things like eggshells, or I was also searching for shells on the beach, or things like that. And when I got a little bit older, I really loved drawing, so I kept a little diary where I made these notes of all the things that I've seen that day, of the birds, and I made little drawings as well, and with a little bit of tape I put the feathers in the diary as well, and well, all sorts of things like that. So yeah, I very much enjoy that. And when I was about 10 years old, my dad gave me his old camera, so I started photographing, and ever since I've had a camera with me. Not something professional, but just to make some memories. And in 2014, I got my very first DSLR as a birthday present, the Nikon D3100, and I started photographing in zoos, and I became really passionate about it. And the year after that, I bought my D750 with the 80-400mm lens, and that is the one that I've been using for the last 6 years. So I very much enjoy that. And I didn't go to school for that. I studied marketing and economics, so that's something completely different. I think at a school you can really learn the basics and the technical stuff, I think, but the most important thing for me is the creativity and the passion, and I think that is something that comes within you, that is within you, and that's something that you have to feel, and that's not something that you can learn from a book. Well, at least that's how it works for me. So let's get on to the next question. What is photography for you? Well, I mostly photograph the things that I really love. So the animals that I photograph, I love them very much, and I get attached to them very easily. So everything that I photograph that is something that touched my heart in some kind of way. I love to spend a lot of time with the animals, observing them and trying to learn their characters and personalities, because each animal is very different, and they all have their personality. So that's something that I really want to learn, and that I would also like to capture in a photograph. So for me it is holding on to these precious moments that I have with the animals. So the moments that I have with them, I really very much enjoy those, and I'm really into the moment, just with the animals, and I forget everything around me, and that special moment that I want to capture, and also I would like to share with you, to the world, and hopefully you'll see how amazing these animals are, and how important it is that we protect that. So well, that is what photography for me is all about. What motivates you to take a particular photograph? Well, so that is basically emotions. So my emotions and my love for my subject, so the love for the animals. That is what motivates me to take that photograph. and to hold on to that moment and to keep this memory and never forget that moment again. And when I look back at a photo, I instantly I'm back at the moment. I have the same feeling again, and I know what the weather was, the sounds, the smells, all things like that. Yeah, that is pretty amazing. And the other thing that really drives me to take a photograph is also more the creative and art part of photography. So especially when the light is very beautiful, or you can take some photos with a nice black background or backlight. That really motivates me as well to take a photo. So it's emotions and love for the animals and the creative and art part of photography, that the whole combination, that is what makes it so special for me. Is it your job, and what made you get into this profession? I'm not a full-time photographer yet, so that means that I'm not able yet to make a living out of it full-time. So it is my intention to become a full-time professional conservation photographer. So that means that hopefully with my photography I can make a difference and help protect nature as well. So that is my little mission that I am on. So if you would like to join me, to follow me on this mission, follow me on YouTube, where I will share everything in the video, so you can see how things are going on, and if I'm on my track, on the right path to becoming a professional wildlife photographer. Do you have an idol or someone who supports you? No, I don't have an idol. I don't follow many professional photographers or look at their work. Well, basically because photography is not. It is important to me, but the most important thing for me is just to be out there in nature and have these moments with animals. And so photography comes next. So my passion mostly is nature. So that's why I'm not really following many photographers and to look what they do. I do, however, follow a few professional photographers, and I find them very inspiring, just to see that it is still possible to make a living out of nature photography. So that is very inspiring. And also I have a few very good friends that are really positive and support me in any way they can. And they really motivate me to chase my dreams, so that is very helpful as well. And I'm really grateful to have those very dear friends. What is the longest time that you've had to wait to get a photograph? Well, often people think that photographing in a zoo is very easy, but that's not the case. I can tell you, it's not always the case. Of course, it is much easier than photographing animals in the wild, but difficulty with photographing in a zoo is especially with big cats. Most of the day they're just asleep, they don't do anything. So they're active early morning or at the end of the day. And in a zoo you can't just go out there and be there at sunrise or something. So most of the time when you come there, the animals are already awake and outside for a few hours. So they're already exhausted and they don't do anything. So you just have to wait till the end of the day before they get active again. Or maybe it's in the evening and the zoo is closed already. So you can't get to see them very active. And this year, well, actually it already last year, I have visited the wild park in Germany 3 times, and I've waited 8 hours a day just before I got a glimpse of the lynx kitten. So I've had to wait very long time, and but when I got to see them, it was amazing. And also similar the year before, I have been waiting many days and many hours at at the enclosure for at the tiger cubs, the Amur tiger cubs, to see them, but I wasn't very lucky at all the first days because mom and dad were asleep at another side of the enclosure, and I think they were pretty happy that it was nice and quiet, and that the cubs were sleeping. They were sleeping between the bamboos. So every now and then, mom got up to see if everything was okay, and I was hoping that the cubs will follow her, but they didn't. They just stayed between the bamboos, and so I saw the bamboos shaking, and I think they were very active, very playful, and had a great time and had fun. But unfortunately, I didn't see anything of it. So yeah, that can be pretty frustrating sometimes, but the moments when they do show themselves are pretty amazing, so that's well worth it. What are your favorite locations to photograph? How many countries did you visit, and where do the tigers live? Well, I mostly photograph in zoos. I think a zoo is a great way when you just start with photography and you want to practice your photography skills, and especially learn more about the animals, so that you know which kind of movements they make, or that you just know what they will going to do, that you're ready to take that photo. So that is a great way to practice, I think. And of course, I would love to photograph the animals in the wild. That would be the ultimate dream. But a zoo is a great way to start, I think. How many countries did you visit? I don't know, 9 or something. I don't know. No, I don't keep track. Where do the tigers live? Well, I think you mean the white tiger cubs, the 3 cubs that I've visited many times last year. They live in a zoo in France called Zoo d'Amnéville. That is one of my favorite zoos, and I've spent a lot of time there watching the cubs. What place do you want to go but haven't visited yet? Well, there are many places that I want to go. I have so many dreams. All the animals that I have seen in the zoo, I would very much love to photograph and see in the wild. So that is from tigers in Asia to lions and leopards in Africa, lynxes, bears, wolves, polar bears. Yeah, I would love to see that one too. And one of my favorite is the snow leopard. I would very much like to see a snow leopard in the wild. I think that would be pretty amazing. And I also love the small cats. It's a shame that most people love the big cats but don't love the small cats, but I really love the palace cat. They're such fun, cute little creatures. I really love those. So seeing them in the wild, that would be an amazing moment too, I think. And besides the big cats, I also love to photograph primates. So seeing mountain gorillas in the wild up close, that is one of my dreams as well. Do you own a zoo or sanctuary, and are these your animals? I don't own a zoo or a sanctuary. And the animals aren't mine. I'm just a lady with a camera who loves to photograph animals. So I spend a lot of times in those zoos, and I've also did an internship at one of the zoos, so I know the animals very well, and I think the zoo sometimes is often my second home. I spend so many hours there. But I do know the animals very well, and also when I go out photographing, I like to learn a little bit more about the animals before I go there. So I usually know their names and when they were born, or who their parents are, where they came from, all sorts of things. I really like to know these things and get a little bit more connection with the animals. Yeah. Do some of the animals recognize you, and do you have ways to make them come closer to you? I have been an intern as a zookeeper at Zodaneville, so yes, I do think some of the animals will recognize me because I've cared for them. So, and also as a photographer, I've spent many hours and days waiting before for the enclosure. So yes, they will probably recognize me. There she is again, the photographer. And also, I think it is easier to take photographs when the animals are used to you and are comfortable with me being there. So what I do also with big cats and especially tigers is that when they look me in the eye, I'll blink back to them. I'll blink with both eyes, slowly blink with both eyes, and usually they blink back to me as well. That's just a tiger's way of greeting each other, and it's also a way to tell them, well, it's okay, I don't intend to do you any harm or something like that. And yeah, that's very special to have these moments with these animals. And also with the tiger cubs, I think they really know me. So because they often they come and greet me and make that chuffing sound, and that is so adorable. That is so cute. I wish I could chuff back, but I have tried, but it is absolutely a nightmare. I can't chuff like a tiger. So no, I can't chuff like back. So what I do is when they make the chuffing sound, they often tilt their head a bit like that, so that is what I do to greet them while they chuff back. So I think they understand, and well, that's just having fun and a great connection with the animals. What is your favorite cat? I only photograph what I love, so I love all of them. So that is very difficult to decide which one is my favorite, but if I really have to pick a favorite, then that would be a female snow leopard named Yala. She was born in a zoo in Germany on my birthday, so that was very special. And I've seen her and her sister as a cub, and when she moved to France, I've seen her grown up, and that's just very special to be able to follow an animal. And also during my internship, I've taken care of her, so I've seen her really close, and that was very amazing. But I do love all animals. I think that every animal species is special. When you get to know them a little bit better, and spend more time with them, you get to love them all. That's just how it works. So those were all the questions. I hope you enjoyed this video and that I have answered all your questions. So have a nice day and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.